Hello friends, welcome to the Cold War Prepper. This is Lee and welcome to part 3 of a 3-part series. Part 1 was how do I keep my house warm in a grid down freezing situation. Part 2 was how do I cook outdoors in a grid down situation. And so today we're going to do part 3, and that is how do I cook indoors during a grid down situation. That is no power, no electricity. So let's go ahead and get into some of the fantastic items that we have here. So number 1 is I strongly recommend Seth McGinn's can cooker. This is basically a flame powered, you can put it over a barbecue pit or anything like that, pressure cooker or slow cooker if you want to call it that. But they also have this single burner butane stove. Now you can get the single burner butane stove all by itself. I'll put links for both of them down below. It uses this kind of a canned heat, so it simply gets inserted inside this holder here, gets pushed in, makes contact, and you can adjust the heat, the amount of heat here, just like a regular stove. So you're using butane fuel, which does not produce that much carbon monoxide. Number 2 is you've got the UCO 3-candle system called the Candelier. Now this is not going to get hot enough to boil water. It's only going to get hot enough to warm some water so you can have some instant soup, instant hot cocoa, instant coffee, something like that. But it will give you, basically soups. It'll warm up a can of soup or a can of chili, but it's not going to cook anything. It's just going to be able to warm it up. Another option is the Sterno stove. Now this is the Sterno folding stove, so you have 2 options you can use indoors for a heating source. Number 1 is the Boy Scout stove that I told you about earlier. This is a tuna can. We use the safe opener, that is the side opening can opener, so we can put the lid on it and that becomes a snuffer. Then you're going to roll up some cardboard so that the corrugation is running up and down so that when you pour in the melted paraffin, it permeates that cardboard. And then you want to fill that up with melted paraffin, let it dry, and then you have one humongous wicked candle. That is hot enough to cook. You can also, at Sam's Club, get a 12-pack of Safe Heat. This is 6 hours. So once again, this is not going to be enough to boil water, but it will get it extremely warm. So, that's going to be another one of those warmers rather than cookers. Another option is going to be the Esbit, and I showed you the Transia stove. The Esbit stove has the exact same type of a Transia alcohol burner down inside. So down inside the stove itself, you've got the alcohol burner. So you fill this up with isopropyl alcohol, which is its fuel, and then you take this top off, that's the snuffer basically, set it down inside the container. Then it comes with a pot and a frying pan, and the frying pan is also its lid. One other thing that comes with the Esbit system is it's got the different insert so that you can use this insert down at the bottom, and if you want to use the solid fuel tablets that I showed you yesterday, then you can use this outdoors. Do not use the solid fuel tablets indoors. They produce way too much carbon monoxide. Make sure that if you're doing this, you also have a little bit of ventilation, especially inside. Make sure you have all the safety precautions going on, carbon monoxide detector, smoke detector, fire extinguisher, fire protection mask if necessary, and somebody watching it at all times so that the fire doesn't spread. 3 more things you might want to consider. This is a fantastic little system. I made a mistake and I left some of the heating elements out in the garage over the summer and they exploded due to the heat. So I wouldn't do that. But this is a small heat pack. And so you open up this package, you put your food in the aluminum or the pan, stainless steel pan up top. So that's where you're going to mix your food. Down below, you have the plastic cooker. So you put one of these heat pads down below along with a half a cup of water, and then the chemical reaction between the elements here and the water produces enough heat to where it can cook. So, you've got this nice little pot system here. They've also got a frying pan. They've also got a cup you can use for coffee or drinks or anything else. So it's a great little system. Just don't do like I did and store a whole case of the heating elements where they can get exposed to the heat and basically become useless for you. The next one, of course, is the Kelly kettle system. I have all three sizes. This is the largest. I just unboxed it yesterday. But once again, this is a very economical system because you've got the flame coming up through the middle, so it's hollow in the middle. Your water is going to be in a chamber that is, in between or surrounding the flames and the smoke. You've got a small cooking element down below, so you can put safe heat down there or your Boy Scout stove, and then put this on top. And you can use this itself as a cook stand. So you could use your instead of the sterno stove. But if you put the Kelly kettle itself on top, then of course you can boil water very quickly. The final one we're going to talk about is I showed you my Instafire Vesta, which was the home heating unit that Instafire makes. This is their home cooking oven, and it's on some of the same principles that the Vesta Instafire had, or the Instafire Vesta has. So this is an oven, and it's going to be using the same safe heat cooking fuel that you used in the heating system, the home heating system. So you're basically using the same type of stuff. Now, the nice thing about this is it's dual capability. You can use it indoors with the safe heat, and it'll get up to, they say, 350 degrees with 2 Instafire safe heats, which is what most baking is probably going to be. Or you can go outside, and it's got this magic little top here. You can lift it up, and then it's got a tray down below. And so it's up right now because you have to fit in the safe heats. But once you pull the safe heats out, this little shelf falls down, and you can put in wood, charcoal, or anything else. And it's got a vent here so that stays fully lit. So you can use it outdoors with other flammable materials and still have a great oven. So these are Lee's ideas on how you can cook indoors during a post-apocalyptic or Ice-mageddon or any other kind of grid down situation. Remember that we're all in this together so we can come out the other side together. Please be kind, polite, and respectful to each other because togetherness is the key. Take care. Bye-bye.